All right, what's up, y'all? Jerry here, and we are back with another daily live stream. And we're not wasting any time, man. We're hopping right into a best ball mania. Yes, I know I've been trying to take a break from the BBMs, but Underdog's having a promotion. You draft 4, you get 1 free, and I love free things. So we're in a BBM right now at pick 5, and I'm not sure what I want to do right here. I mean, if I can get Puka, that would be great, but I don't know how I've been feeling about JSN lately. A lot of question marks on him. I'm actually going to go ahead and take Christian McCaffrey ahead of JSN on this team. I've done a lot of best ball manias, and I got to start thinking about my exposures a little bit, who I want to be higher on, who I want to be lower on. And I might just want to bet on CMC a little more than JSN. It's been a bit of a trend recently. I'm pretty low on JSN in best ball mania, but kind of want a few more shares of McCaffrey. Y'all know I love some Kalen Black too. But getting some Christian McCaffrey, if he's just healthy for the whole year, then wheels up. Plus, running backs in this second round, third round, even fourth round don't feel so good at the 5 spot. So, starting off with CMC in this BBM. And how we doing, everyone? Happy Monday. Thank you for joining me. We got Young Moolah in the house, baby. How we doing? Yeah, do me a favor. Go down, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. We're out here streaming every single day. And we got the garage. How we doing? Might be cooking up something with our boy Chris the Candyman over there. So definitely check him out if you have not already. And the celebrities keep rolling in, man. We got Hartman too. Absolutely grinding. If y'all know Hartman, definitely check him out. But we're in a best ball mania. I can't resist a deal on something. I love me some promotions. So if you don't know about the promotions, you can go on your mobile device. It's not on your desktop, but on mobile under promotions, you have to hit start before you jump in the drafts. And then you can get 4 BBMs and get 1 free. Draft 4 eliminators, get 1 free. And then 2 fast puppies and 2 slow puppies to get 1 free. So I like free things. I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. And Derrick Henry goes. So I have CMC. Who do I want to take with him? I don't think I have much Drake London too. So let's just go with Drake London. CMC, Drake London. It's going to be a very, very chalky pairing, but I'm okay with that. I don't think I have much London in Best Ball Mania. So want to get another share here. I have a lot of Pickens. I have a lot of Nico. So London, CMC, I'm happy with that. And we'll see who comes back to us with our next pick. Because this third round is not feeling so great right now. There's a lot of landmines in this third round. And I'm telling you, from the title and thumbnail, man, I'm seeing the future, okay? I'm seeing the Matrix. And we're in this Best Ball Mania. Going to win $2 million January 4th, 2027, following the Green Bay Packers and Houston Texans game. Looking forward to that. Now, Breece Hall goes Trey McBride, Chris Olave, Zay Flowers, T. Higgins, all at the top of ADP. Let me take another share of Zay Flowers. I still just like Zay Flowers this year. I mean, last year, when the Ravens sucked, Zay Flowers got 1,200 yards and 5 touchdowns. And if those touchdowns can manage to go up a little bit, I mean, most people are fading Derrick Henry. What if Zay Flowers just gets a few more touchdowns? Lamar Jackson's healthy for the whole year. I believe Baltimore has the second highest expected points scored in the league behind the Detroit Lions. So good offensive target. Zay Flowers expected to get that bag this offseason too. I would expect it to be maybe like 33 million plus. if I had to guess, maybe 35 even. Wouldn't be surprised. But to me, he feels like a better bet to make than a Chris Olave, than Emeka Egbuka. Like Egbuka, he could just completely smash, but this price is getting a little expensive for me. Pick 32, Emeka Egbuka. I don't know if I can do that. How we doing, King? Great to see you in here. Welcome, welcome. In this Best Ball Mania, getting our free drafts in. T. Higgins is always a nice click, too. He's just proven over and over again that he can just smash any week. And very interesting approach here by the 10 hole, going 4 straight running backs, James Cook, Devon Achane. So those two are kind of nice to pair together because you get the week 17 correlation with Miami and Buffalo, and then gets Jacobs round 3 and pulls up Quinshon Judkins round 4. Would not recommend that personally because you can get Judkins at 58 sometimes in the 5th round. And I would have loved Tetairoa McMillan came back to me. I have a ton of Tet, and I like drafting him. Now Garrett Wilson goes. Garrett Wilson would have been great as well. Here, for me, it's either Jalen Waddle, Terry McLaurin, or Colston Loveland. And I think on this team, I want to get a share of Jalen Waddle. Another player I've been wanting a little bit more of in Best Ball Mania. I know I'm overweight Terry McLaurin by a few shares. And when I'm expecting to get Lamar Jackson here at 53, I don't know if I want to go Colston Loveland here and then Lamar Jackson in the 5th round, getting 2 elite onesies. I feel better about getting another strong receiver when I have my anchor running back in Christian McCaffrey, and then getting my elite quarterback here in round 5, and then see who comes to us in round 6. But, I mean, honestly, if Mike Evans or Colston Loveland fall to me, I might not be able to pass on them. I think I would have to take Mike Evans. It would be a stack with Christian McCaffrey too. Okay, he goes. The running backs here are nice as well. DeAndre Swift is a good pick, but I have Zay Flowers. I love Lamar Jackson. When I have Drake London as my first receiver as well, Tua, not necessarily a player I want to rely on. So let me go ahead and just take Lamar. One thing like structurally that I do prefer though is getting Terry McLaurin here instead of Jalen Waddle. And then in the 5th round, I could have gotten a DeAndre Swift. And then round 6, get a Jaden Daniels to stack with Terry McLaurin. That would feel pretty nice. I really like the value of Jaden Daniels, but Zay Flowers, Lamar Jackson, a stack I quite like as well. And I've been seeing Lamar go all the way to the 6th round sometimes, which that makes no sense to me. Makes absolutely no sense. I saw some people throwing a fit that Lamar got voted number 69, nice, in the NFL Top 100, but like, I mean, he was hurt last year and he didn't necessarily play his best, so no real surprise. Seeing a bunch of running backs off the board after us with Henderson, Swift, Tootin, couple of receivers as well, DJ Moore, Rome, Christian Watson, Jordan Tyson. So, man, these quarterbacks in round 6 just feel so nice. Not going to be looking at any of them, though. So if I could get one of these receivers, man, my guy Parker Washington even goes. This guy knows ball. Takes Parker Washington above Brian Thomas. There you go. Also another guy rumored to get extended this offseason, Parker Washington. Okay, everyone I'm queuing up is just going. I think Marvin Harrison would be pretty fun on this team. just getting even stronger at receiver and really leaning into Christian McCaffrey being my anchor running back. Okay, there we go. Jaden Daniels goes off the board right before us. So kind of glad I didn't take Terry McLaurin now. Would not have been happy to see him get sniped from us. But let's take Marvin Harrison. We have a 1-1-4-0 start with Lamar Jackson as our quarterback, Christian McCaffrey as our running back, and then Drake London, Zay Flowers, Jalen Waddle, and Marvin Harrison. 4 wide receiver ones. Really liking how this team's coming together. Now, I might be looking at my running back 2 with my next pick. This little pocket right here of boring guys that'll just get you some points. Tony Pollard, Chuba Hubbard, Ramondre Stevenson. Probably looking at one of these guys. If not, Mekhi Lemon would be kind of fun. A little week 17 with San Francisco as well. But the guy before me just took Jalen Hurts, so I don't expect Mekhi Lemon to come back to me. Ramondre would be a little week 17 correlation with Jalen Waddle. I don't have much Chuba Hubbard. I think I have like 2 teams of Chuba Hubbard in Best Ball Mania. Okay, Tony Pollard's off the board. I'm probably looking at Ramondre or Chuba with this pick and just getting my second running back. Man, Mekhi Lemon does fall, but I can get some nice receivers at the next turn. And just getting some solid production at running back is going to feel good for us. I have 4 really good receivers. I'll lean into that. Mekhi Lemon does go off the board right after us. What's up, doctor? How we doing? More likes than watching. Sir, you have broken the matrix. That's what we do, man. That's what we do. The bots are working. Just kidding. But hey, appreciate y'all. All y'all real ones, man, going down, hitting that like button. All y'all subscribed. But if you're new, hey, welcome. Welcome. Fantasy Garage, treat those running backs like a tier break. Usually try and grab one. Jalen Warren, too. Yeah, I've been kind of liking Jalen Warren. He's been my preferred pick out of this like little cluster right here. I have a lot of Rico Dowdle as well, but I'm just kind of high on the Pittsburgh offense this year. They all are pretty cheap. And for a team that's going to give it its all, or should, with Aaron Rodgers being about to retire in his last season, then feels pretty good. And this 12-hole, man, they get Chuba Hubbard falling all the way to 84. Seen this happen quite a bit, and I'm going to be buying this dip. Chuba Hubbard in the 80s, I will be scooping up. Feels too cheap to me right there. So if that's going to be the new normal, I don't have much of him now, so I'll be happy to get my shares then. And also this 10-hole goes George Kittle at pick 82. This is the same team that started 4 straight running backs, and then they took Rome and Brian Thomas, followed by George Kittle and Harold Fannin for the double tight ends. Really interesting to take Kittle above Fannin there first, but do you? A reach on both of them. Hopefully we can get some nice falling value because of it. Rico Dowdle would feel pretty good on this team. And yeah, raise a Q him up, man. Raise a Q him up. All right. Cortland Sutton's a big faller. I do have Jalen Waddle. I could just take both Denver pieces. And he's staring right at me. I mean, there's no real running backs I like in this range. Addison, Josh Downs, I like as well. I don't want a receiver, though. Let's go Kyle Monangai. I don't have much Kyle Monangai either. I don't know, man. Cortland Sutton as my 5th it just doesn't feel good. Like, what am I really gaining with him as number 5? And I don't think I need another receiver as much as I need another running back right now. Really lean into my top 4. Plus, I don't draft much Marv. I don't draft much Waddle. So if these guys do turn out to be good picks, then I want them to really have the room to shine. I mean, Courtland Sutton might just come back to us. If Courtland Sutton's there at 101, yeah, he's going to be on the team. I might also consider Brock Purdy right here. I could just go more Denver with J.K. Dobbins. I could pull up Bo Nix. But I mean, if Courtland Sutton goes before us, I should probably just try and push Bo Nix. Dobbins off the board. Michael Pittman off the board. Are we going to get Courtland Sutton at pick 101? Come on, Ryan. What you doing? Just take Sutton. And he does. Okay. Brock Purdy. Kenny Gainwell, Rachaad White. You know what? Let's just take Purdy. Let's take Purdy to stack with McCaffrey. And I like some stacks you can get with him later. Instead of trying to push Bo Nix, I like Purdy a lot more than Bo Nix. So now I'll happily be done at 2 quarterbacks with Lamar and Purdy. We have 3 running backs, Christian McCaffrey, Ramondre Stevenson, and Kyle Monangai. And then 4 receivers, Drake London, Zay Flowers, Jalen Waddle, and Marvin Harrison. Feels pretty solid. I'm totally fine having 0 tight ends so far. I think with my next pick, I can look at another running back maybe or another receiver. I feel pretty flexible. Ramondre and Kyle Monangai, they can just get us some points too. Monangai is pretty boring, but I don't take too much of him. And we passed on Swift to take Lamar. So maybe Monangai is just who you need. And seeing a bunch of quarterbacks go off the board after we took Purdy is what I like to see. Stafford, Dart, Love, and even Shuck at 109, which I wouldn't recommend. Shuck has been falling to the 130s pretty often. Baker, another quarterback, falling pretty far. Man, so I got Darnold at 110 even. And Bo Nix 111. Okay. Wow. Quarterback avalanche. We are reading this room correctly. Getting Brock Purdy at 101. And 7 in Baker Mayfield. Quarterbacks have gone off the board after our last pick. Incredible. And Jared Goff now too. I would say we read the room. Jacoby Myers, Kenny Gainwell, Rachaad White, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jordan Mason. These are all potential picks I can make. I'm going to queue up Mark Andrews as well. Might be interested in taking him. But would I rather have a 5th receiver right here or another running back? Jacoby Myers, Kenny Gainwell, Wan'Dale Robinson. I think I want my choice of running back, and I want Kenny Gainwell on this team. Let's do that. Jordan Mason snap clicked right after. He's been a guy who's been rising, getting some buzz in Minnesota, and I've been taking him more too. But on this team, I just kind of felt like taking Gainwell. It is another week 10 bye, which we do have with Monangai and Waddle, but I don't really care. We're seeing Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt off the board too. I just didn't think a running back I would like would come back to me, and Chris Rodriguez does too. So we're reading this room well. Hoping I can get Wan'Dale at 125. That would feel quite nice. If not, I might just be interested in a Mark Andrews as my first tight end. I don't draft a lot of Mark Andrews, but it could be interesting. And try and hope a receiver value can fall to me in the next round. Aaron Jones off the board too. So yeah, I am glad I took the running back when I did. That's for sure. Diggs goes. Do I want Andrews or do I just want my receiver? Jake Ferguson. Hmm. I'm a little torn just because I love Rashid Shaheed so much, but I think I need to push it. Let's get a share of Mark Andrews. I don't take him much. I'm betting on the Baltimore Ravens clearly. So let's get the little double stack with Zay Flowers there too. And just lean into the top four receivers that we have. Rashid Shaheed is my highest drafted player this year, and I would really, really like him on this team as well. Doctor saying the Purdy at 101 is a smash. Yeah, I think so too. I love the value on Purdy this year. I think he has sneaky rushing upside, which we saw last year. And if his offensive skill position pieces can stay healthy, then he can just absolutely smash again. Had some really high games last year. I mean, he was a gem to have on your team in the playoffs. Rashid Shaheed off the board, unfortunately. What's up, Nitty Degen? How we doing? Who's my highest drafted running back? I think my highest drafted running back is Tank Bigsby. I have a lot of Tyron Tracy too. I have a lot of Chris Rodriguez because I was drafting him pretty early in the offseason. I have a lot of Kenny Gainwell. I have a lot of Rico Dowdle. And I have a lot of Kalen Black. As far as expensive guys, got a ton of Gibbs. I'm very grateful for that. Got a ton of Gene T. Been getting a lot more James Cook recently. And I have a lot of Kenneth Walker. Now, if I could get Jalen Coker at 140, I would be a very happy man. I don't love Isaiah Likely this year. He's not my favorite click. But if he comes to us as well at 140, he's another player I will consider just because I need tight end. But he goes, let me get Coker. You already have 5 receivers. Take another player. You have Jaden Daniels. Take Chig. Aw, you just crushed my dreams, man. All right. Well, I don't think there's a receiver really. Hmm. Let's take Omar Cooper on this team. I think some rookie upside is kind of fun. Let's get a rookie. And with my next pick, I'm going to get one of these tight ends. Chig Okonkwo or Brenton Strange. Just when I'm looking at the receivers, do I really want to pull up Trey Tucker, Denzel Boston? Not necessarily. I'd rather just get the rookie that I kind of want on this team and have the door open for either one of these tight ends with my next pick. Andrews betting on the Lamar bounce back, vacated snaps with Kolar and Likely too. Yeah, dude, I forgot that Kolar left Baltimore as well. And I mean, Mark Andrews is old, but at the same time with tight ends, we do see production at an older age too. Chig Okonkwo goes right before us, so I'm going to take Brenton Strange as my second tight end. Feels very good to have. And my team's very balanced. We have Lamar Jackson and Brock Purdy as our quarterbacks. Lamar is stacked up with Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews, and Purdy is currently just stacked up with Christian McCaffrey. Running backs, I do have CMC, Ramondre, Kyle Monangai, and Kenny Gainwell. Receivers, Drake London, Zay Flowers, Jalen Waddle, Marvin Harrison, and Omar Cooper, with Mark Andrews and Brenton Strange as my 2 tight ends. So I'm definitely going 3 tight ends on this team. I'm going at least 5 running backs, maybe 6, and then 7 or 8 wide receivers. I would love to get like Pacheco, Bigsby, Debo, Denzel Boston, Trey Harris. If I could get one of these guys, I'm going to queue up Stribling too. This might be a fun Dijon Stribling team with Brock Purdy and get another rookie upside piece. Even with the current 3 quarterback meta, I always stop at 2 QBs in the event of a Lamar Purdy elite combo in round 18 tournaments. Yeah, thoughts? I completely agree. Yeah. If I get Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, I'm almost certainly stopping at 2, unless my second quarterback is like Bryce Young. Although I do have teams where I've stopped at 2 with Bryce Young, and I feel totally fine with that. Bigsby gets taken right in front of us. Debo or Denzel Boston. Man, I don't have much Denzel Boston, and I have been wanting a little more of him, but I am going to take Debo first, just because if I want Stribling, then it's another rookie, and I already took Omar Cooper. I don't know if I want 3 rookies back here. I can also have the door open for a third tight end, but I think I can push a third tight end until the next turn. Because I do like guys like Terrence Ferguson and Pat Freiermuth as well. And receivers don't feel so good. If I could get Boston or Stribling on the way back, that would feel really nice. But yeah, especially in Best Ball Mania, Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, I'm stopping at 2. You can make the argument in other tournaments, like smaller finals tournaments or smaller playoff tournaments, to go with a third just for the floor, which I think is fine. And it depends how your draft is going too. Like my draft here feels really strong. Now, man, if Hunter Henry falls to me at 173, can I pass on him? I don't know if I can pass on. I don't really take Hunter Henry. But 173, man. Y'all know I love my ADP value. Stribling is here for us. But, man, I can't pass up on the ADP value. 22 picks. I'm going to take Hunter Henry as my third. I don't draft him much. I don't draft a lot of Hunter Henry. So if I can get him 22 picks past ADP, yeah, I'll get some exposure there. And who knows, maybe Stribling will even fall back to us. You never know. But I can also have the door open for a Christian Kirk on this team if I want a San Francisco running back later. Or sorry, fucking receiver. My goodness. And let's hope a good running back can come back to us as well. I still don't know if I want to go 5 running backs, 7 receivers. Or sorry, 5 running backs, 8 receivers, or 6 running backs, 7 receivers. I'm not quite sure. I think we could go with either. And man, if Stribling comes back to me, that would be the dream scenario. There's a chance. With this like BBM promotion going on as well, I would expect there to be some softer draft rooms with more casual people just wanting to take advantage to get that free draft. So might just be a good time. You never know. These players might fall to us. They might not want a Dijon Stribling. But unfortunately, Beast does. That's all right. Not going to make or break our team. Alvin Kamara would be my preferred pick as my 5th running back. Zachariah Branch, Jerry Jeudy are also interesting. I don't know if I want Debo and Jeudy on the same team, though. Okay, Jeudy gets taken. We're 1 pick away. This guy only has 1 tight end. It is Trey McBride, though. Jeremy Bernard could be a fun click on this team, but I am going to take Alvin Kamara first. And I think I can stop at 5 running backs now. Christian McCaffrey, Ramondre Stevenson, Kyle Monangai, Kenny Gainwell, Alvin Kamara. I can definitely stop at 5 here and have the door open for 8 receivers. This being Best Ball Mania, I do like the ceiling of receivers more. But maybe I take like a Kalen Black round 18 as a handcuff for Christian McCaffrey. But at the same time, I have so much Kalen Black on other teams. I kind of like not handcuffing my players in such a big tournament like this. It's going to be one or the other. Jeremy would be a ton of fun on this team. And then getting Christian Kirk round 18 would feel great. And how we doing, Nathan? Great to see you in here. Welcome to the live stream. We're finishing up our first draft right now. Going to be hopping in another for sure. Loving these promotions they got going on. Now, give me Jeremy, man. This guy only has 5 receivers, so I'm a little nervous. Cortland Sutton at 100. And he takes Ridley. Perfect. I've been wanting a little more Jeremy as well. And honestly, if I can get one Pittsburgh Steeler in every draft, that feels pretty good to me because I really like the pieces on the Pittsburgh offense, and I really like all their prices. DK is probably the most expensive out of all of them for what he could do, but even him, I think he's underpriced. Like DK, Pittman, Jalen Warren, Rico Dowdle, Pat Freiermuth, Jeremy Bernard, I think they're all well priced, and I think they're all great picks. Even Darnell Washington, Aaron Rodgers too. So give me all the Steelers. I think people are really underrating what Mike McCarthy can bring to that offense. And I do think Christian Kirk is a fun round 18 click on this team. Just a little backstack with Purdy. Why not? Goes undrafted most of the time. And Kalen Black does go. This guy knows ball. Aaron Rodgers surely will lead a high-powered offense this year, right? I mean, I hope so. I think the door's open for it. Sure, he's old, but little extra motivation, this being his final year before retirement, for someone who's played the game for like half his life, maybe even more, I think he's just really going to give it his all. And all the pieces for Pittsburgh feel pretty well priced or underpriced, so I'm going to be in on them. Bro is drafting all the wash team. Hey, everyone's welcome to their own opinion. But if they can get some points in fantasy, I'll be happy. And speaking of washed, Christian Kirk, probably washed. But on this team, I think it makes sense to get him round 18 to stack up with Purdy and McCaffrey and balance out the couple rookies that we have in Omar Cooper and Jeremy Bernard. So I like this team a lot. I think it's really well correlated too. We don't necessarily have the most week 17 correlation, but as far as just our teams and structure, I like it. So we finished with a 2-5-8-3, Lamar Jackson and Brock Purdy at quarterback. Running backs, Christian McCaffrey, Ramondre Stevenson, Kyle Monangai, Kenny Gainwell, and Alvin Kamara. Receivers, Drake London, Zay Flowers, Jalen Waddle, Marvin Harrison, Omar Cooper, Deebo Samuel, Jeremy Bernard, and Christian Kirk. Tight ends, Mark Andrews, Brenton Strange, Hunter Henry. I mean, this could just be the all-wash team. We have a ton of players that could potentially be washed, but we also have a ton of players that could potentially just have one more year left in them. And they find a little more juice, find a little fountain of youth or stack of peptides, whatever it may be, then, hey, this is the team for that. Also, Hunter Henry, 173. Happy with that to stack up with Ramondre too. Little week 17 with Jalen Waddle in Denver. Now, what do you say we take a little break from the BBM and let's hop in a fast puppy? Oh, waiting 12 out of 12. Okay. We snap filled this one. So if you want to join, sorry. But I got the 101 something. I'm not too unhappy about that. I will say. How we doing, Levernucky? Great to see you. GMs all around. Apologies for not letting y'all in this puppy, but was out of my control. And I will be rewarded with a Jahmyr Gibbs. Hey, Levernucky 101 in an on-streamed room. Yeah. This is nice. I do recognize this name, PP Patel. I know it's just P Patel, but I like calling him PP Patel. I don't know if there's any other names that really stand out as to ones that I know. But hopefully we get a nice soft lobby for this. There is a promotion for the fast puppy as well. You have to hit start on mobile. I'm pretty sure I did already. I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure I hit start already on the fast puppy promotion. I did. Yes. Now I have a free entry for the fast puppy. So maybe we can use that after this one. And look what we see, man. Christian McCaffrey at 4. Puka goes at 5 and St. Brown at 6. Wow. Could make for a very interesting draft room. Again, we're seeing people fade JSN a little more and more, including myself. I took CMC over him in the last Best Ball Mania. He goes at 7 right here to PP Patel. Might just be a fun draft room we got ahead of us. And hey, if y'all haven't done so already, do me a favor, go down, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. We're streaming every single day, having a great time doing it, and drafting some real shippers. Jonathan Taylor, 8, James Cook, 9. So it seems like this draft room doesn't really care much about ADP. People are getting their guys, which might just get a little fun. Hopefully we can get some nice falls to us with Jahmyr Gibbs and get a unique team. Gene T goes at 10. So looking at the players available, CD, Justin Jefferson, Saquon, and then, yeah, just the big tier of running backs. Jeremiah Love is our projected highest player available. And, man, I kind of like some Jeremiah Love. I don't think he's going to be good in the regular season, but in the fantasy playoffs, he might just smash. Cardinals have a really, really nice schedule, and pairing him with Jahmyr Gibbs might be able to sneak him through to the fantasy playoffs where he can really shine. All right, in the second round, nothing too crazy happening so far. Just a bunch of running backs as we normally see. James Cook and Achane paired up again for the week 17 correlation right there. I don't hate it. Achane's still not my favorite click, though. Chase Brown off right after. If I were to get weird from the one hole, what would I want to do? Like, the one thing that I've done is take Zay Flowers and then Lamar Jackson at the 4 or 5 turn. But honestly, it doesn't feel so great because usually at 48 and 49, there's a lot of really nice values at running back and receiver that I don't necessarily want to pass up on. And there's a lot of nice quarterbacks at picks like round 6 and 7 that can be really nice values. Did you see the running back chart Hayden Winks posted earlier? I did. As far as like advance rates and stuff go. Yeah, pretty interesting. I mean, it took me a while to like understand it, and I think I know what it meant, and I could read it, but Yeah, big advance rate bonus for early running backs, getting 2 running backs early. 0 running back didn't look so great, but I like trying to win money and getting unique. 5 running backs through 8 rounds. Crazy how many points your team scores. Maybe that's why the Sidekick recommends running backs so often from what I've heard and seen. But 5 running backs through 8, that seems a little, like, extreme. But if that's what the data says, then is that just from last year, or is that from, like, the last 5 years combined? Because if it's just last year, it might be a little skewed. Gotcha, last year. Last year only. Other charts for other years are completely flipped. 0 RBs had the best results. Gotcha. That's, very important to keep in mind. So, honestly, I think that's pretty meaningless for this year. Although running back prices much more expensive this year than in years past, and yeah, every year is completely different. So, I don't know if there's much you can really take away from that. 0 RB has been brutally bad for the past 2 years. Yeah. Well, running backs have just been, like, a little healthier generally. And with players getting priced a little more accurately, not really having the dead zone of running backs as much, and not having as many, like, late rookies break out as in years past, yeah, that makes sense, but, hey, who knows? Everything could just change this year. Happens all the time. And I still draft my fair share of 0 RB or, like, modified 0 RB where you take your first running back round 4 or 5, but I think you can still make it work. Not doing that here. We took Jahmyr Gibbs and Jeremiah Love. I think these 2 are pretty fun to pair together. I also got Devonta Smith just so I can open up taking Jalen Hurts at round 6, 7 because he's usually available, and I think the best picks available in that range are quarterbacks. So we just have an option there. Getting Colston Loveland would feel great. Jalen Waddle. I don't think David Montgomery makes sense on this team. Could look at Adams or JMO. I have Gibbs and Love, so getting a third running back here feels a little excessive. I'd rather take another receiver or 2. Loveland would be at the top right here. Get some week 17. He goes. So, do I want to double up on receiver or do I want to take David Montgomery, who I do quite like? I think I'm going to go with the receivers. We're going to take JMO. We're going to take Adams. I don't want to get too far behind or boxed out at receiver. And at this next turn, I like the running back values more than the receivers. So let's just do this. Be a little boring, a little simple, but that's all right. Nathan went heavy running back on about 50 drafts. Hey, must have worked out well for you then. Rays won the fast puppy with a 5 wide receiver team. That's crazy, man. Well, that's honestly why I do like so many different builds all the time and just try different things because you never know what can win. Like when I was looking at certain playoff pods and other teams and other builds, I'm like, damn, these are like wild and really extreme. But they worked clearly and they were scoring well. So yeah, not trying to be as cookie cutter or boxed into certain builds or drafting players at certain parts. How we doing, Chris? Great to see you in here. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. Hey man, this tier of running backs right here. I feel like we have 2 just like massive tiers of running backs that you get in round 2 And then in round 5, where you just get 6 of them that go off the board in a row in each round. And it's just interesting to think that some of these picks are going to be awful values and some are going to be complete smashes, especially in this 5th round. I really like David Montgomery and DeAndre Swift, just the boring picks, the veterans, more than I do these like 2nd or 3rd year guys in Judkins, Bucky, Hendo, Tootin. I think the vets still got a little bit left in them. I'm a little worried about the Cleveland Browns offensive line with Judkins. I'm a little concerned about the committee in Tampa Bay with Bucky and his overall health. I'm worried about Ramondre with Travion. I'm worried about C-Rob with Tootin, and just like how good Tootin might even be. Like, we don't even know how good this guy really is. Hasn't really proven anything in the league yet. But Dave Montgomery, man, I think he could just get 20 touches a game, and it would not surprise anyone. Now, at my next turn, I'm going to be looking at Jalen Hurts for sure. And then considering a receiver here in Mekhi Lemon for the double stack with Hurts, if I want that with Smith as well, could be pretty fun. Or I take a running back. Drake May off the board. Would love Parker Washington on this team. What's up, Darside Dev? Great to see you in here. Too improved. He's not a starter, in my opinion. I mean, very fair. Very fair to say. Oh, man, Jalen Hurts goes? Damn, dude, that's rough. That is rough. Okay, what do I want to do here then? I'm going to take a running back in Jaylen Warren, and I might just have to take 2. I don't necessarily love the receivers here either. Although maybe I pull up DK on this team. Sure, let's double up on Pittsburgh. We take Jaylen Warren. Let's take DK Metcalf as well, and just get 2 Pittsburgh Steelers. We're saying that we've been saying we like the Pittsburgh Steelers, so let's take some here. I like the Steelers this year. Yeah, Tootin kind of scares me, and that's why I was drafting a lot of Chris Rodriguez early, and then C-Rod had like his foot thing and started falling a lot, so I really stopped drafting him for the most part. But when he falls to like the late 130s or even 140s, it's kind of hard to pass up some C-Rod. So I'm still at like 20% C-Rod, but I've been mixing in some Tootin as well because I don't want to completely miss on the Jags backfield. So I think I have like 7% base shell Tootin. Been catching up a little bit. Man, I'm disappointed that Jalen Hurts didn't come back to us. That's why I took Devonta Smith. And this guy just took him unstacked. Maybe he was hoping for the lemon on the way back. And honestly, even unstacked Jalen Hurts, not too bad. He was probably hoping to get Jaden Daniels with Terry. But, man, I'm getting Jalen Hurts in like the 80s sometimes still. I got Jalen Hurts at pick 82 in a BBM not too long ago. I also had a BBM team where I got Justin Jefferson at pick 11, and then I got Jordan Addison at pick 107. And I was debating on taking Kyler Murray at 110 or pushing it. I ended up pushing it, and Kyler Murray got sniped right before me, like 1 or 2 picks. I almost got Kyler Murray back at 131 when I got Addison at 107. So close. That would have been too nice. Can't always have nice things. Courtland Sutton seems like he's been a faller very frequently now. We saw him go at pick 100 in our last BBM. Now, my team, I have 3 running backs, 4 receivers, no quarterbacks, no tight ends yet. I don't know, like, here I could always pull up Jared Goff. It's just getting so expensive, and he's falling to the other turn sometimes. I could go with the Mahomes worthy, but I think this guy has no, this guy doesn't have Rice. If I can go Mahomes worthy, I will. Okay. Makes sense, right? Yeah, let's do that. We'll take Worthy. We'll take Mahomes. Keep it simple. Happy this stat came back to us, and I passed on Rashee Rice in favor of Devonta Smith. So we still get Mahomes and then get the little Worthy stack as well. So that's kind of fun. Have a 1-3-5-0. Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. Gibbs, Jeremiah Love, Jalen Warren at running backs. Devonta Smith, Jameson Williams, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, and Xavier Worthy. A lot of spike weeks in there. Now, I would absolutely love it if I could somehow get a Jared Goff to fall back to me. It's possible. It's happened before. We can dream. Tootin has had a fumbling issue and likely a 2-down back. I don't know about the 2-down back part because he catches passes where C-Rod doesn't really catch passes. But I just don't know if he can like physically play 3 downs and stay healthy. Don't get the ADP. Yeah, I've just been taking him more because I don't want to be completely wrong. And there are outs to him just smashing, but like the vibes, personally, they don't feel so good for Tootin. The only reason I'm still a tad in on Tootin is because I don't trust C-Rod to be the guy. He's such a jag. Yeah. C-Rod is the definition of a jag, not just because he plays for him, because he's just the guy. But who knows, man? Running back position's weird. Like, we see random guys just smash all the time. You can have one-off seasons at running back out of nowhere very often. And we got the Hawaiian Air Jefe in here. Aloha. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. LaQuint Allen was one of the best pass blockers in the NFL. I think they'll keep using him on third downs. They have been talking about using LaQuint Allen more on third downs and in the pass game. The only thing with that is one thing I also heard about the Jags backfield is they don't want to be telling of what they're going to do based on who's in the game. Like if C-Rod's in the game, they don't want to have everyone think, oh, this guy's clearly just running the ball. He's not going to catch. And same thing with Tootin and LaQuint Allen. I just don't know how effective he's going to be as a rusher. But we'll see. What I'm really hoping for is this guy who has Laporta isn't going to crush my dreams. And he takes Jordan Mason. So Jared Goff is still available. And no one else has Detroit Lions in front of us. We have a dream, folks. Fuck you, dude. Why? Why you got to crush my dreams? You couldn't take Bo Nix? Dude, not cool. Sorry for the little crash out right there, but I guess I'm taking Bo Nix. I mean, Bo Nix 120, sure. Maybe I get the better quarterback, but I would have loved the stack with Gibbs and JMO. Who else do I want to take? I could take Kelsey for another Mahomes stack as my first tight end. Could take C-Rod as another running back. We were just talking about him. C-Rod or Kelsey? Let's go Kelsey. Let's lean into the Mahomes stack. Man, I'm a little bummed about Jared Goff right there. Sorry for the crash out, but why, dude? Why'd you have to take Jared Goff? You have Jalen Waddle. Okay, now I'm actually pissed. You have Jalen Waddle. Why did you not take Bo Nix? Who has a higher ADP even? Okay, well, clearly this guy's mentally ill. He takes Tyler Algier at 123. and he's a non-Badger. So you take unstacked Goff over Bo Nix stacked with Waddle. 14 picks past ADP, Bo Nix. But you take the unstacked Goff and then Tyler Algier at 123. Okay. I mean, you took Jonathan Brooks at 99 too. All right. That's his Fortnite name, Air Jefe. Nice, dude. What's up, Seth? How we doing? People don't make sense. No, they they don't. They don't. The non-Badger, he's definitely living up to it. Probably stream sniped. The thing is, I don't think he's stream sniped because I joined this draft and I was the 12 out of 12. It's snap filled. So no one even had a chance of joining it. Unless you just recognize the name, but I don't think my name's big enough to really just recognize off rip like that. This is why WWE need notes, or we need notes for players like on poker sites. Yeah. Gotta write donk on this dude. This guy is like, what are you doing, man? That just doesn't make any sense. Like, you have Jalen Waddle too, and you could get Bo Nix to stack with him at 118 as well. I mean, I'm not going to be too upset because Bo Nix is still fine. I'm happy I got a quarterback, and he does have a lot of back stacks available too, so that's okay. It just doesn't make sense. Maybe this is an Evan Ingram ass team. When I get into a streamer's lobby, I don't try and ruin the streamer's team. Yeah, we appreciate that. And honestly, no one in my chat really does that. It's maybe happened like once or twice, and that's about it. But everyone's kind of just cool and just drafts their own team regardless. Like, I don't think anyone actually cares too much about what I have to say or do when I'm drafting my team. All right, we're a couple picks away. The running backs are looking very thin. So I think I'm going to have to keep pushing it. It's tough here because, man, Chig goes as well. I might just take a third quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix. I don't really need 3. But looking at the rest of the players that are here, like, who's really worth taking? I'm totally cool with Sam Darnold and then getting like an AJ Barner for another tight end too. Got some Jalen Naylor in the chat. I see that. I think I'm more so just considering Woody Marks. Because I like some receivers that can come back to me too. Omar Cooper and Naylor. I'm actually going to go Omar Cooper again on this team. I just want another share of the rookie. I think a rookie makes sense with the receivers that I have. Although, honestly, you know what? I didn't realize this. Naylor could have been a good pick because he would have been week 17 correlation with Jeremiah Love at least. Would have been some nice week 17 correlation with Love. But I also like Trey Tucker just straight up more. So that's a little tough. Maybe I could have gone CJ Stroud and Woody Marks. But I honestly just kind of like Sam Darnold. Is that weird to say? But Sam Darnold also has some nice back stacks. I love some AJ Barner. I don't even mind some Torrey Horton late. I don't think I've really drafted Cooper Kupp at all. Maybe once or twice. But I think I can still push tight end a little bit. Hopefully I can get another receiver with my next pick and just be done as well. Although, we'll see. I'm going to queue up AJ Barner. I definitely want AJ Barner with my next pick. And then we'll see who falls to us between receivers and running backs. Even a Zach Charbonnet could be kind of fun on this team. And get some Seattle pieces late. Levernucky, love ending drafts with Jeremy, Rogers, Calvin. It's free real estate. Calvin. You talking Calvin Austin? Because he's on the Giants now. Gotcha. Ridley. Okay. Calvin Ridley. For the week 17. I see. I was drafting some Calvin Ridley like shortly after the NFL draft, and then I kind of stopped, and I have not been drafting him much. I do like Tajay Spears though. Zach Charbonnet goes. I would love Tajay Spears to come back. Juwan Johnson would be really nice too. If I could get Juwan and Barner, that would be great. Gonna queue up some other running backs too. Trey Harris is nice. I'm not getting Isaac Tesla when I already have Gibbs and JMO without Goff. Okay, Spears goes. Would I rather have a Trey Harris or a fourth running back? I think I need the fourth running back more than a seventh receiver. Yeah, I definitely need a fourth running back more than Trey Harris. I'm going to take AJ Barner. I don't love Sadiq. I don't love Hawkinson. I don't love Schultz. Isaac Tesla goes. So receivers, very, very thin now. I'm taking Barner, and now the question is, do I want Sampson or do I want Brian Robinson? Sampson's going to have a nice pass catching role. We know that for sure. Brian Robinson is just, he's a really good handcuff. And also when I take Gibbs, it's kind of nice to take Brian Robinson because what if Bijan doesn't work out? And then you kind of capitalize on having Gibbs over Bijan and Brian Robinson. I think that's what I'm going to do. I've been kind of getting Dylan Sampson pilled a little bit recently. I've not drafted him a lot, but if the Browns are less competitive this year and not in as many games because of Myles Garrett being on the Rams now, then maybe they're throwing the ball to the running back a little more in some catch-up situations with Dylan Sampson. He can break some long runs, but let me go with Brian Robinson as my fourth. Let's do a little recap. We have a 3-4-6-2. I'm probably looking at a 3-5-7-3 to finish it off. Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix, Sam Darnold. Running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jeremiah Love, Jaylen Warren, Brian Robinson. Receivers, Devonta Smith, Jameson Williams, Devontae Adams. DK Metcalf, Xavier Worthy, Omar Cooper, with Travis Kelce and AJ Barner as my two tight ends. So here's what I'm going to do. If I can get Kamara at the next turn, I'm going to take him because that feels comfortable stopping at 5. If not, I want Pat Bryant to stack up with Bo Nix. I want to have at least one stack with Bo Nix and also look at a third tight end. Let's just queue a bunch of guys up. It's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Calvin has a $92 million contract. My goodness. Kenny Golladay also had like a $20 million a year contract. Sadiq gained some great coach speak. I haven't heard any great coach speak on Sadiq unless it's like new or I'm missing something, but I didn't think he was even practicing yet. Didn't he have like a hernia thing or something? I don't know. It's just the vibes around Sadiq don't feel so great. It's a pretty competitive environment in New York if you think about it. I mean, they have the committee of running backs. They have Garrett Wilson, who's one of the best receivers in the league. They just drafted a first-round receiver in Omar Cooper as well. What's his name? Mason Taylor. He was a second-round tight end last year. I would expect Sadiq to overtake that job, but he is still there. And Adonai Mitchell, been reported to have great chemistry with Geno Smith. So, I don't know. Now, I don't know if I want Pat Freiermuth. I have DK Metcalf and Brian and Jalen Warren already, but he's just the best tight end out of the guys remaining. But would I want another running back first and then push for a third tight end? Nah, I don't know if I want to rely on Evan Ingram. Do I? Strong showing during minicamp? You know what? Maybe let's plan for Evan Ingram on this team. And let's take Jaden Blue. Let's take a potential handcuff as well. And then, you know what? This is a puppy. So I'll mix in an Evan Ingram round 18. And then here's what's satisfying. Now we'll have all of our quarterbacks stacked up with tight ends. Travis Kelce, Mahomes, Sam Darnold, AJ Barner, and then Bo Nix and Evan Ingram. Why not? We have Bo Nix with Pat Bryant as well, and Patrick Mahomes with Xavier Worthy. And then, yeah, Darnold, no one else other than Barner. Kind of fun. Running backs are maybe a little thin, but got to remember we have Jahmyr Gibbs and Jeremiah Love. So that's pretty strong right there. If Jeremiah Love can actually be viable during the season, only reason I say that is tough schedule. And it's the Cardinals. Shitty offensive line. So give me some Jeremiah Love for the playoffs. Hopefully we can sneak him in. Mason Taylor is a pretty good football player too. Theo Johnson and Mason both got cucked so bad. Yeah, I agree. And I think they're both still worth mixing in. Michael Mayer, I think, is a little tougher to mix in. But I still draft Theo Johnson sometimes. I could definitely see the Giants using a lot of two tight end sets, especially when their wide receiver room is so shaky. But on the Jets, Mason Taylor doesn't excite me as much. Still just a lot of competition. Less competition on the Giants. I don't even know if I've drafted Evan Ingram yet post-draft. This is going to be my first share. Watch him get sniped from me. That would be so funny. But I think it makes sense on this team. It's fine to mix in. And it's kind of fun having all three of my quarterbacks stacked up with all three of my tight ends. Mason Taylor would have balled out if he had a quarterback that was good. He was literally the wide receiver 2 on the team. Yeah, he dealt with a couple injuries too his rookie year, but man, he had some good games. He definitely played well. Okay, we should be able to get Evan Ingram. Not like that's something to really brag about. But maybe he can get lucky with touchdowns. And yeah, we had Bo Nix come to us because this guy in the 3-hole decided he wants Jared Goff instead of Bo Nix stacked with Jalen Waddle. Makes no sense. And then, yeah, no Lions even. But okay, thank you for your donation. My team, we got a 3-5-7-3. Feels very balanced. Quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix, Sam Darnold. Just really solid. Going to get a lot of points. Running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jeremiah Love, Jalen Warren, Brian Robinson, Jaden Blue. So we definitely pushed our last 2 running backs. But I think our top 3 can definitely give us enough points to hopefully be able to, I mean, maybe something happens to these starters. Who knows? Receivers, Devonta Smith, J-Mo, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Xavier Worthy, Omar Cooper, and Pat Bryant. I definitely feel comfortable stopping at 7 right here. Feels pretty solid and well correlated to bye weeks, pretty spread out. Tight ends, Travis Kelce, AJ Barner, Evan Ingram. Bit of an old folks home with Kelce and Ingram, but maybe they got a little juice left. And then y'all know I love AJ Barner and getting the back sack with Darnold. I kind of like it. So what do we want to hop in now? Would we like to do another fast puppy? I mean, I have my free one, so might as well. I think I might have to enter it on my phone, though. Does it show here? No, it doesn't. So I'm going to have to enter it on my phone so I can use the free promotion. And I'm going to count down. I'm going to enter in 10 seconds from right now. 10, 9, count the rest in your head. But I'm going to enter very shortly. All right, we have clicked enter. And we are waiting for 2. Waiting for 2 in the fast puppy. And we get pick 3. Oh, that's a slow puppy. Where's the fast puppy? Man, now that I have these slow drafts, it gets so confusing. But we got pick 3. Nice to get another pick near the front. And we got King in here. We got Ben. How we doing? If anyone else is in here, definitely let me know. Breezy looks familiar. But this is our free draft. So we're getting this one on the house. I've entered my 3 slows already. And I've done 1 Best Ball Mania. There is also a promo for the Eliminator. But I did a lot of Eliminators the past 2 streams. So I'm going to... Maybe we'll take a little break from the Eliminators today. We've done a lot of them recently. And we'll hit it up tomorrow, maybe. All right, we got Detroit PJJ in the 1 hole. This guy better take Gibbs. All right, he does. Staying true to his name. And we're just taking whoever's at the top of ADP. It's going to be Bijan. Wow, Gibbs goes at 1. And Saquon Barkley pick 2. All right now. I don't know if I've seen Saquon ever get pulled up to the 2, but Vic Sweets wants to get unique in these streets. And I'm here for it. I know Cesar Bao, whatever this guy's name is, next to us, he's happy to get Chase. The guy at 5, happy to get Puka, I'm sure. And then King gets JSN to slide to 7. More and more. JSN getting sliding down to 7. Justin Jefferson pulled up to 9 right here too. Very interesting. But man, I always get excited when I see some interesting things going on in these draft rooms. So we got a loose cannon here in the 2 hole with Vic Sweets. Maybe though he's gonna be taking some Devonta Smith. He could definitely be looking at some Devonta Smith and then like Jalen Hurts to pair up the Eagles on that side of the board, because I guess in this tournament, Devonta Smith is never going at the back end of round 3. Whereas in Best Ball Mania, I know I have multiple teams with Devonta Smith at the back end of round 3, and they feel great because you're not getting that anymore. All right, we're 2 picks away. I'm looking at a receiver here, especially when I have Bijan. Jeremiah Love even goes, wow, I would love A.J. Brown. If not, Drake London and Bijan for the double Atlanta. Sure. This doesn't happen very often. We don't often get Bijan and London together on the same team. So when we can, we'll take advantage. And thank you to Vic Sweets for pulling up Saquon to let us have that. And he takes Nico. So he's just getting unique, getting different. I respect it. King had to take JSN instead of St. Brown. Hey, I don't even think you had the choice. St. Brown won at 6 by Sammy Boy. Sammy Boy knows ball. Oh, wow. Detroit, too, took Devonta Smith. So Vic Sweets, if his plan was to take Saquon Smith, not happening. Out of luck. Darside Dev saying the JSN disrespect will be punished. It just might. Really possible. Like, he could just smash again. He was so good last year, but there is a really good case to make against him regressing. All right, Vic, what are we doing? I would love Pickens. He goes Pickens. I'll take Rashee Rice. Very, very strong start to a team. Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Rashee Rice. The first 3 picks, all starting running back and then 2 receivers. Very interesting. King loves some JSN, but the Michigan Detroit in me is proud. Hey, let's go. Go Lions, baby. Even though I'm Canadian. Shout out Detroit. Long Schlong. Love the name. He should have took him in the second. Yeah, I don't blame him. If you want Smith, we don't even know. We don't even know. I mean, getting Pickens is really nice too. Saquon, Nico Pickens. I mean, Saquon, he does have outs just to be an RB1 again. It's possible. Maybe a little unlikely with the aging offensive line and him definitely taking a big step back last year. But who knows? Still in his athletic prime. Saquon could just smash again. And then this guy has a team that no one else does. So I like that it gave me the value on Bijan. And hey, it's possible it could just win. I like getting weird. I respect other people when they get weird. I think it's viable to pull up James Cook as well, or Gene T. Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey to me don't make as much sense because they go kind of in the middle anyways. So you're not really getting that unique pulling them up because you can get guys to fall to you in the middle of either round anyways. Now, really curious to see who falls back to me. Josh Jacobs could have been fun. Javonte going in the 4th round, I'm in on now. Travis Etienne, he's been a big faller as well. Waddle and Montgomery go. I'm looking at Luther Burden, Cam Scatabo, Colson Loveland, Jamo Adams. Oh, dude, am I going to kill my team right now? Let's do it. I might have just shot myself in the foot. I might just crush my team. I don't do it often, but I took Cam Scatabo. Yes, I did it. He doesn't fall very often. I don't know how many teams there's going to be in this puppy that have Bijan, Cam Scatabo, Drake London, and Rashee Rice. So, all right, I'll do it. And if Colson Loveland comes back to me, great. If not, Jamo or Adams are going to be on the team. And do I want Loveland or do I want the receiver? Okay, Adams or Loveland? I love Devontae Adams, but Colson Loveland is the guy. Just another fall as well, so get a little more unique. And Cam Scatabo, you better be good on this team, all right? I think this is like my 4th share of Scatabo post-draft, and I've done like 350 teams. We're at like a solid 1.5% Scatabo. All right? Not bad. Not bad. Actually, I think I've taken him in a couple slows because I'm in some Chihuahua slows. I think I've taken him a couple times there. They're like a $4 draft, so why not? And I have 2 slow picks to make as well. One is the slow puppy. Let's just do this now. St. Brown at 8. Sure. Slow 2. QJ, DK Metcalf. I mean, as my 3rd, let me go DK. There we go. Picks have been made. Let's hop back in this fast puppy. This is our free draft too. So getting Cam Scatabo in a free draft, I can justify it. I know people love Scatabo. Everyone loves Scatabo. Love the personality, but still kind of scares me as a player. Playing on the Giants as well is a little scary. Seeing a bunch of receivers off the board now. Christian Watson, Devontae Adams at 55. King Calorie. Kind of crushing, not going to lie. JSN, Derrick Henry, Kyron Williams, Terry McLaurin, Devontae Adams. Unfortunately for him, Jaden Daniels goes 2 picks in front, so we cannot stack up Daniels and Terry. I'm sure that was probably the plan. But let's see what he does right here. Still a very, very nice team. Anytime you can get Devontae Adams to fall to the back half of round 5, it feels phenomenal. Takes Tyler Warren, so goes ahead and gets the potentially elite tight end. Don't mind that at all. And we do see the 10 hole here going Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow for the double elite quarterback. Now, Parker Washington, welcome to the team. If you're here, he gets taken, unfortunately. Oh gosh, I'm not gonna get Caleb or Hurts if I don't take one of them. Do I want him or do I want Marv? I want Marv on this team more. I'm not getting either of these guys because this guy has Luther Burden. Yeah, there he goes. And then this guy has Devonta Smith. So I'm not going to get Hurts or Caleb. Now I'm going to really hope that Patrick Mahomes comes back to me. I do also have the option to take Jackson Dart when I have Scatabo, so there is that. Okay, Alec Pierce goes. I'm looking at Mekhi Lemon or Jalen Warren. Do I want a third running back or a fourth receiver? Looking at the next turn, I like the receivers more than I like the running backs. Oh, accidentally autoed Lemon. I was actually going to take Jalen Warren again, but okay. Mekhi Lemon on this team. I'm fine with it too. What would you have done? Would you have taken Caleb or Hurts? Would you have taken Caleb to stack with Loveland, or would you have taken Marvin Harrison there and then see what receiver comes back? To me, I wanted the receiver there. Also, because I have London and Bijan on the same team. Rashee Rice, maybe he's a little shaky to start the year. I want to be in on Marv, so I'm taking him when he falls. But it's a tough click. Hopefully we can get some quarterbacks to fall back to us, and then it'll feel better. But a lot riding on Marv right here. Would have loved to get Parker Washington at 70 because he's just been slowly rising more and more as well. But we're going to land this plane. We always do. Also have Tua as an out for a third quarterback late because when I don't have a quarterback yet, I'm probably looking at 3 at this point. Especially when I have an elite tight end in Colston Loveland, I'm probably looking at 2 tight ends and 3 quarterbacks. We see Breezy in the 12 hole going 5 straight wide receivers after starting Ginty, James Cook, Josh Allen. He gets Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Jordan Addison, Josh Downs. Honestly, I really like it. I like that a lot. Ginty, James Cook, love the start. Getting Josh Allen at the turn to stack with Cook, I think is pretty fun. And then DJ Moore for the triple on Buffalo, pretty fun. Garrett Wilson's a nice wide receiver 1 too. Something I've done from the 12 hole before as well, and I respect it. Good for you, Breezy. If you happen to be in here, well done. All right, Herbert falls all the way to 89, so I like these quarterbacks going later. And if someone's going to take Mahomes, it would have to be unstacked. I'm really banking on getting Mahomes on this team. Trevor Lawrence goes at 90, so he fell as well. Brock Purdy off the board. We are 2 picks away. This guy on the clock has Drake May and takes Ricky Pearsall. Although, do I have the fucking nuts to push Mahomes and take Harvey? I might have to try. If Harvey's there, I might have to try it. Okay, fuck you then. Take Mahomes anyways. This guy sucks, dude. What are you doing sniping me with Mahomes? Come on now, that's so rude. I'm sorry for using strong language against you, but that was very unkind. All right, RJ Harvey, it is pick 94. I like RJ Harvey there. Now, Jackson Dart, Bo Nix. Looking at one of these guys. I can take Dart with Scatabo, which I think makes sense, or I can take Bo Nix with RJ Harvey. Okay, Jackson Dart gets taken. Well, thankfully, Bo Nix does not get taken. Jordan Mason, though, pick 98. Wow, that is getting expensive. But I'll take Bo Nix here. I took him at 99. Y'all saw in the last draft, we got him at 120. But quarterbacks were falling, and then all of a sudden, everyone decided they wanted one. So I don't want to get boxed out completely. I'm probably looking at 3 anyways. Let me just take Bo Nix right here. Might even have to look at like a Jacoby Brissett and Tua as our second and third, but hey, we'll see. We'll land this plane, okay? We always land this plane. We have a 1-3-4-1, Bo Nix, Bijan Robinson, Cam Scatabo, RJ Harvey, Drake London, Rashee Rice, Marvin Harrison, Mekhi Lemon, and Colson Lovin at tight end. It's all right. Would have been nice to get Mahomes. I like getting Harvey here too, though. I mean, if both were available, I probably would have taken Harvey and tried to push Mahomes to 99. And if I didn't get Mahomes, I would take Bo Nix or Dart. But we get Harvey anyways. Really nice value to have. Couple second-year running backs. All right, this tier of tight end is dried up now. Laporta, Fannin, Pitts off the board, and then Mark Andrews at 111. So this guy that took Lamar Jackson at 58 unstacked goes ahead and pulls Mark Andrews all the way up to 111. Clearly just wanted his guy. Who cares? Probably would have fallen to him, but hey, you never know. Now, of course, Jared Goff is falling in this draft too, and I don't have any Lions. Kind of hope someone takes him. I don't want to be staring at him. I would take Jared Goff, though. If I could get Matthew Golden and Jordan Love, that would be a ton of fun. I think I might try it. Okay, Golden gets taken. That's a bummer. I think I am just going to take Jordan Love as a second quarterback. Because, like, who else am I really looking at here? You know what? Let's take Kittle first. Let's try this. Because I don't really take George Kittle at all. But getting him to fall with Colson Loveland makes me confident with 2 tight ends here. And let's me be patient with Kittle. We did pass on Jordan Love, but honestly, like unstacked Jordan Love, I don't care for. And if Baker's there, even if he has the same bye week as Bo Nix, I'll take Baker. I don't think I'm really passing up much value at any other position. I don't need tight end. Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt, Chris Rodriguez, I don't think bring much value to us. Casey Concepcion, Khalil Shakir, not really in on. So let's just take Baker. I'm going to get a third quarterback anyways. Probably going to look at like a Tua in round 17 maybe. When I have Drake London, Bijan, I think that makes sense. But at the same time, who even knows if Tua is going to be starting week 10 to cover the bye week? But Who knows if Jacoby Brissett is either? We'll see, man. We'll see. How well did you do in best ball last year? Not so great. I lost money. I lost money last year because I did a lot of high stakes tournaments and I didn't do well in the high stakes ones. Even though like my player takes were really sharp. Like Rico Dowdle was my highest drafted player at like 34%. My 4 highest drafted tight ends were Tucker Kraft, Colson Loveland, Sam Laporta, and Dalton Kincaid, who all would have smashed, but all ended up getting injured, which kind of sucked. Just a little unlucky. What's up, BKG? How we doing? Yo, absolute OG. BKG was literally the first person ever in my chat. So shout out BKG. Great to see you in here again. Can you rate this team? Dak, Bryce, Shuck, Tet, CD, Tyson, Rico, Ginty, Travion. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty solid. Got a lot of correlation right there. I like Tet a lot. Rico, Ginty, Travion. Pretty fun value right there. And Loveland. Loveland too. Love some Loveland. Yeah, looking really good. And yeah, what's up? Great to see you in here. I don't forget those things. BKG, first person in my chat. And Chato as well, number 2. Shout out. All right, locking back in on this draft. Bunch of quarterbacks going off the board. Cam Ward, CJ Stroud, Sam Darnold, all off in a row. I'm not taking another quarterback here. I don't have any sacks for any of these guys, and I really need to not fall behind at receiver. So if I could get Jalen McMillan to stack with Baker Mayfield, I think that would feel really nice. Omar Cooper goes. So yeah, receivers getting thin. I would love Jalen McMillan. I love Tyrone Tracy too, but I did take Scatabo on this team. So I'm going to take McMillan first. If Tracy falls back to me, I will take him. But it's nice to get that little stack with Baker Mayfield there too. And we'll be looking at a third quarterback on this team as well. And there's a chance Tracy might actually come back to us. See what Vic Sweets does. Don't crush my dreams now. Come on, Vic. Takes Hunter Henry. So, hey, Tyrone Tracy, 147. Yes, please. I don't care if I already have Scatabo. That's great. Now I just have the Giants backfield. I love it now. 147. That's a great price. Might be the latest I've ever seen Tracy go. And we got Jalen McMillan as well with Baker. So what did I say, man? We're landing this plane. All right, we're landing this plane. We have Bo Nix, Baker Mayfield at quarterback, running backs, Bijan Robinson, Cam Scatabo, RJ Harvey, Tyrone Tracy. Receivers, Drake London, Rashee Rice, Marvin Harrison, Mekhi Lemon, Jalen McMillan, and then Colson Loveland, George Kittle at tight end. Don't draft a lot of Kittle, but having him as my second when I already have Loveland, it's kind of when I want to be drafting him. I'm at 5 receivers by Jalen McMillan. I definitely need to catch up. And I like having the double Giants backfield, both past ADP. That's pretty fun right there. Now, with this next pick, I think I might have to just double up on receivers. If I don't get one of these guys, though, then I'll be looking at another running back as well. But I don't want to feel too thin at receiver. Yo, what's up, Keith? How we doing? Was in a fast puppy with you earlier today. Hey. Lamar, Dak, and Herbert. I don't think I had Lamar, Dak, and Herbert. No. You're thinking of someone else. I did do a fast puppy earlier today when I was at work, though. But I did not have Lamar, Dak, and Herbert. I don't think there's any way I would have those 3 on the same team. That would be wild. There might be an impersonator out there. Watch out. I would have loved Ryan Flournoy as a week 17. I would have loved Debo as well. But I'll take Trey Harris. We do get a week 17 with Rashee Rice at least. I'll double check. I was impressed. I'll pull up the puppy I did earlier today after my next pick. I'll pull it up. But I don't think I did that. Did I? Nah. I don't think I would ever take 3 quarterbacks that early. All right. Dylan Sampson went, so there's no running backs really worth taking unless I want to reach up for Kamara. But I would much rather just get another receiver here, and Stribling or Tesla. I'll take a share of Tesla. Now let me pull up this draft. Okay, I need to clear my name. Where is it? The fast puppy. Yeah, okay. I labeled it here. 7-13 work. That's today. All right, this is the team I drafted. Mahomes, Purdy. Oh, the person's name was Severe Jiri 8. Unless that's not you. That is not me. That is not me. My username right here is hoodied. I am the hoodie. But that's pretty funny. Someone has Jiri in their name. That's interesting. I don't know of any other Jiris, but this is the fast puppy I did earlier. It's kind of a sick team. Patrick Mahomes, Brock Purdy, running backs James Cook, Kenneth Walker, RJ Harvey, Kenny Gainwell, Kalen Black, receivers T. Higgins, Igbuka, DJ Moore, Rome, Shaheed, Debo, Stribling, Tyquan Thornton. Yeah, Tyquan Thornton and Stribling I got as backstacks for Purdy and Mahomes. Pretty fun. And then Kincaid, Strange, and Cade Otton. Pretty fun 3 tight ends too. So we got like our running backs, Kalen Black, Kalen Black, Kenneth Walker, stacked up with our quarterbacks and some backstacks on the receivers. I was pretty happy with that team. Keith almost quit best ball forever after seeing that lineup. Yeah, my goodness, man. It's a lot of quarterbacks. Great last 2 wide receiver clicks. I appreciate it. I've been trying to mix in some more Tyquan Thornton. I have a hard time doing it unstacked with Mahomes. I also don't have much Patrick Mahomes. Man, there's a lot of nice tight ends here. They are getting taken, though, which I like to see because I'm done at 2. Loveland and Kittle, I am most certainly done at 2. And we're going to have our choice of quarterback. Jacoby Brissett or Tua. Who would I rather have? I don't know. This might be a Calvin Ridley-ass team, too. Ray Davis, Jaden Blue. Interesting. Running backs. Let me take Ray Davis. Nope, I want Jaden Blue. Nope, I want Ray Davis. We ended up taking Ray Davis. I was kind of thinking about Jaden Blue for the week 17 with the Giants, but if I have 2 Giants running backs, I don't know if I want a Dallas running back in there too. And Jacoby Brissett gets taken. All right, so no Brisket as the option. I will be going with Tua right here, passing on Ridley. Ridley as my 8th receiver doesn't excite me too much. I'll take one with my last click. There's a bunch of guys worth clicking down here. So we got Tua. Maybe I could have taken Brissett first to stack with Marv. But when I have Drake London and Bijan as my top 2 picks for Atlanta, I'm kind of just betting that the Atlanta offense is going to be really good. And I want a little bit more Tua. I think Tua probably has a better chance at starting the whole year than Jacoby Brissett does. I'm not too scared of Michael Penix. So I'll take my chances there. Now, with my last pick, what direction do I want to go? I don't know if there's a stacked guy worth taking on this team. I don't know if I want another Denver receiver. I mean, I could. I only have RJ Harvey, so I could take one of the Denver guys. I think Pat Bryant went, though. Troy Franklin might have gone too. So never mind. Guess we're not looking at Denver. Both Giants running backs? Yeah, I got both Giants running backs on this team. I don't take much Cam Scatterbo, but he fell to 46. And this is a fast puppy, so he is rising a bit. Oh, yeah, Pat is still there. Okay. I don't know. I get blind to that, but hey, appreciate you. Appreciate the shout. And then Tyrone Tracy fell to 147. Yeah, I'm going to take Tyrone Tracy at 147. Oh, man. Pat Bryant got sniped. Okay, I could just look at the booty. I like some booty. Could look at Keenan Allen as well. Keenan is kind of fun. You know what? I like Keenan Allen more on this team. Just like looking at my receivers, Mekhi Lemon, Jalen McMillan, Trey Harris, Isaac Tesla. These guys might be pretty inconsistent. So let's get Keenan Allen on this team. Just get an adult in the room. And that's our team. It's interesting. A lot of players I don't draft a ton of. But I think we landed the plane well enough at least. And it's kind of fun. So we have a 3-5-8-2. Bo Nix, Tua Tagovailoa at quarterbacks. Running backs, Bijan, Cam Scatterbo, RJ Harvey, Tyrone Tracy, and Ray Davis. Receivers, Drake London, Rashee Rice, Marvin Harrison, Mekhi Lemon, Jalen McMillan, Trey Harris, Isaac Tesla, and Keenan Allen. I like that quite a bit. Colson Loveland and George Kittle as well. Yeah, I like this team. I think our receivers, we did catch up enough. Really leaning into Rice and London. And running backs feel solid. A little shaky like Scatterbo and Harvey. I don't know how I really feel about those guys. But having Tyrone Tracy as well definitely makes it feel safer. So I'm okay with it. I think it turned out well. Now, what I'm going to do is, how about we do some big dog roulette? I haven't done big dog roulette yet this stream. And will it happen? Will it finally happen? If y'all don't know big dog roulette, every stream we join a big dog. If we are the 12 out of 12 and it snap fills, we're going to draft it. If not, well, we're leaving. Let's see. Is today the day for big dog roulette? Waiting for 7. Not today. We're going to be leaving. No big dog roulette today. Best one called big dog, little cat. Either way, I'm here. Hey, we appreciate it. Who's up there, man? That's Dan. Yeah, Dan's just chilling up there right now. He's just chilling. What's up, Student Sam? Appreciate you. Solid Squad just came over here from Who's stream. Yeah, Who Hames, he was live earlier, and I know he has a members-only stream later tonight as well. So, yeah, shout out to Who Hames for sure. Now, yeah, the big dog. Hey, we'll do some big dog, man. We'll do some big dog. It might just happen one of these days. But what draft do I want to hop in next? We could do a BBM, Frenchie 8 but Superflex, Mini Golden. This one's been around for a while, man. $2 entry. I'm just not interested. We've done 2 fast puppies. We could keep it rolling, but we got our free draft in. We already got our free draft. The eliminator. We've been doing a lot of eliminators recently, though. They did drop this pug as well. What tournament is this? So we got the pug, 3 entry max, $12 to enter, 40K up top. I mean, 2 out of 12, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5 for a 124 seat final. Honestly, not too bad. 150 just for making the finals. Structure of this tournament's actually pretty nice. Might do some of those. I haven't been doing too many of the side contests, but we just might. But right now, let's hop into Best Ball Mania. We are waiting for 5. Let's do it. Normally, I don't like doing the BBMs on stream because I'm afraid to draft with you guys. I'll admit it. But I kind of want to do it today. I'm up for the challenge. Yeah, thoughts on the pug? I mean, just looking at that, seems like a pretty nice tournament. Yeah, $12 for 40K up top, 3 entry max, 2 out of 12, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5. Like 1 out of 5 is not too bad. And then 124 seat final is not too high. For 40K up top and then 150 just for making the finals, it's not too bad. But given that it's a 3 entry max, it still will be pretty difficult, of course. Oh, what the fuck? I joined a WNBA crossover? No. Oh my God. Thankfully, I noticed that. Disgusting. Okay, pick 2. Love it. Give me Gibbs. I'll take whoever's at the top here. But finally happy to get a pick on the top end of the draft board because I have not gotten many in BBM recently. So if you're in here, let me know. We got King Calorie back in here as well. BR Brian looks like a familiar name. If you're in this draft, let me know. Don't be a lurker, as they say. Yeah, the $2 one, only first place gets a prize. Yeah, I don't like that, man. If I'm going to win a tournament, I don't want it to be a $2 entry and win 20K. Plus, imagine getting second in that tournament. I would fucking rage. I don't know if I would ever play best ball again if I got second in that tournament. All right, dreams are crushed. No Jahmyr Gibbs. I will take Bijan, though. I think I have around 6% Bijan in Best Ball Mania. I've taken Ja'Marr Chase over Bijan a couple of times. And I'm not afraid to do it. But I don't want to be completely out on Bijan, so I'll take a share here. I know Best Ball and Golf has been asking for the Mastiff Roulette, man, but I don't know. It feels pretty unlikely. Like, Big Dog Roulette is hard enough to hit. Mastiff Roulette, I don't know if it would ever hit. Small seats are cool. Tough to get there, but looks fun. Yeah, it's tough to get there in that pug just because it's a 3 entry max, you know? A 3 entry max is gonna be difficult. Yeah, the WNBA crossover. Dude, I am glad I caught that. I'm glad I caught that. I don't know how I accidentally entered in a WNBA crossover, but happy. I caught it. What's up, Travis? How we doing? The tough part about passing on Bijan is the RB bets around 2 to 7. Yeah, exactly. That's the only downside is on this like left side of the board, it does not feel so great trying to find those running backs. As good as Ja'Marr Chase is structurally, like Bijan Gibbs just feels so much better. And you get way more flexibility with your team because you can still get some really nice receivers in round 2 and 3 at this turn. Even around 4 and 5, you can get some really nice receivers. You can get some good running backs in round 4 and 5 if you start with Ja'Marr Chase as well. It just feels a lot more thin. Doesn't mean it's wrong though. And I do have a $100 team. Actually, I have two 101 Dalmatians where I started 3 straight receivers and then got my first running back round 4. And both those times I did take David Montgomery because he's my favorite first running back to take if I'm going to start 3 or 4 straight receivers. And wow, this team at the 10 hole got Jonathan Taylor at 10 and then Kenneth Walker at 15. That's pretty fun. And then trade or trot, get CeeDee Lamb at 9 and then Nico at 16. Derrick Henry also pulled up to 13 in this draft. So, man, I always like when guys just go out and get their guys. And hopefully we can get some nice values to fall to us. Any one of these top 3 would feel great. If I somehow get Achane with Bijan, my goodness, dude. Someone's already going to get a crazy value on Achane. JSN, Achane, very, very fun start. King Calorie with the Browntown, St. Brown, Chase Brown. Love that as well. Drake London. Oh, dude, give me Drake London, Bijan again. That would be a lot of fun. This guy has Jamar Chase. Maybe he wants a running back. Come on now. Come on now. Oh. Dreams crushed. I'll take Pickens. I'm happy with that there. And then Jeremiah Love does go. So I'm probably looking at another receiver right here. And I love Devonta Smith. So I'm going to take him here too. Bijan Robinson, George Pickens, Devonta Smith is how we're starting off this BBM. And that feels pretty great too. Like Pickens, Smith, they can both just smash. Nice little divisional correlation there too. Would have been really fun to get Drake London and Bijan in back-to-back drafts and have a share of that in Best Ball Mania because I'm not sure if I do. Keith was going to join but decided just to root for you instead. Hey, appreciate it, man. Making the draft room a little softer for us. Y'all are tough, man. We got King in here, so that makes it tough. And if anyone else is in here, let me know. No one else has told me, so I feel like there might be some lurkers. I saw how quick it filled after I joined. Don't think I don't notice. If Rashid can stay out of jail, he'll be solid. Yeah, for sure. Especially because I would expect Mahomes not to run as much. I personally like Devonta Smith more than Rashid Rice, though. I do. Aren't you worried about Achane almost certainly not getting those checkdowns and seemingly less targets this year? Absolutely, yeah. I only have 2 shares of Devon Achane in Best Ball Mania out of over 100 drafts. I only have 2 shares of Achane. So, yeah, I'm not very in on Achane. Pretty out. I've drafted him more in cheaper contests, but in BBM, it's not my favorite click to make. However, if he falls to pick 20 or later, yeah, you bet I'm gonna take him. Because I don't really like the full fade anyone. I will get a couple shares of some guys that I don't like. And when I do, I want them to be on unique teams. Jacobs might slide to me in the 4th. Maybe. You never know. I do have at least one team with Jacobs at 47. I know that for sure. And this team at 10, just fully doubling down on the running back position, goes Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker, Travis Etienne, and Javonte Williams. Really, really interesting. No one else even starting 3 running backs. This guy's going for it. Tetero McMillan to 42. Man, I love Tet. I love Tet. I have a ton of him. Probably going to stay that way. Let's see what King does. Take Scatabo. He's not afraid. And there is a chance Jacob would fall to us. I would definitely take Jacobs. We're 3 picks away. Burden, Waddle, Evans, Montgomery are here as well. Jacobs does go. I think I'm taking a receiver with my next pick. There's a lot of running back options. Luther Burden, Mike Evans. I want one of these guys. Man, I don't take much Luther Burden, but he falls to 47. I will mix him in right here. And then I think I'm just going to look at another receiver too and push running back. Maybe I could get Swift as a teammate to Burden. Okay, Mike Evans, JMO off the board. I will take Davante Adams right here. And let's just lean into the hero running back. We have Bijan Robinson as our hero running back. And then George Pickens, Devonta Smith, Luther Burden, and Davante Adams. You see a future with T-Mac 1-2 next year? I mean, if everything goes all the way right for Tetairoa McMillan, why could he not be drafted where Drake London's going? They're pretty similar players. They both don't have the best offenses with the best quarterbacks. Tetairoa McMillan, to me, kind of just feels like a cheaper Drake London. And going into his second year, 8th overall draft pick. Didn't really add any competition. Bryce Young, hoping to get paid going into a contract year. Going to have to play for it. If Tetairoa McMillan, here's the thing. If he can get double-digit touchdowns, he's going to smash. If he can get 10-plus touchdowns, he will be an absolute home run pick. Wow, dude. Caleb at 56. Caleb Williams just got drafted above Lamar Jackson. That's too bad for me because I was kind of hoping to get Caleb with Burden. Dang. Well, I do still have Jalen Hurts as an option with Devonta Smith. If I had to pull up Dak, I could do that with Pickens. We'll see. I'm always risking the biscuit, man. I love risking the biscuit. I'm not afraid. Keith is worried about him too. Jacobs will beat the case for sure. I mean, that's just usually what we happen to see with NFL players. As unfortunate as it is, it's crazy that you can get suspended for a full year for gambling, but you just beat your wife. And it's like, don't worry about it. Like, what the fuck, man? How backwards is that? Seriously. It's nice having teams that are ass like the Panthers because they're going to have to pass. Well, the thing with that is, too, I don't love either running back for the Panthers. I don't love Chuba Hubbard. I don't love Jonathan Brooks. So what if their running game just sucks and they have to just try and pass more? That's totally possible. I don't know, man. I just like Tet. When I'm looking at all these guys that go around him, I like T. Higgins as well. I like Garrett Wilson. I like Terry McLaurin. Igbuka, Lad, Olave kind of scare me a little bit. I like Flowers. All right, Jadarian Price, Parker Washington are at the top of ADP. If either of these guys are there, I'm going to take them. Price goes. I could play it safe and take Hurts. But if Parker Washington's there at 71, oh, he gets taken. Last time I did take Marv and pushed Hurts. This time I'm going to take Hurts first, lock him up with Devonta Smith, feel good about it, and then go with a running back or Marvin Harrison. I am interested in just taking the receiver and being really strong at 5. Okay, he goes Jalen Warren, Ramondre Stevenson. Let me get Jalen Warren on this team. He has a different bye week than Bijan as well. And I kind of want a little bit more Jalen Warren. I'm still underweight, and I have a lot of Rico. So I'm happy with that. And probably better overall to get a running back here instead of a fifth receiver. So I'm cool with it. Keith asking, can you explain why team correlation, running backs and wide receivers specifically is beneficial? Well, you're just making it easier for the bet that you're making because you're just betting on the offense. If the offense is good, then the running backs and receivers are probably both going to be good. It's pretty much just that simple. And yeah, it lessens the amount of variables you have for like the parlay you're making essentially with the team that you have. Ray Lewis killed a guy and didn't miss a game, referring to NFL players beating charges. I know it's mad late, but I had to throw it in there. Hey, that's all good, T Guard. Great to see you in here. And yeah, it's really a shame. There's countless stories, man. Just look at Joe Mixon. For like 3 years in a row, man, Joe Mixon was getting like allegations with domestic assault and even like having gun possession, things like that. But nothing ever happened to Joe Mixon. Similar stuff with Adrian Peterson. But then here's the thing, man. If you do something to a stranger, you're fucked. Look at Kareem Hunt, man. Kareem Hunt like throws this weak ass kick in a casino and gets cut by the Chiefs when he was absolutely crushing. He was so good before that happened, man. And then what happens? He like goes to the Browns for a bit and then ends up back on the Chiefs. Like, what the fuck is the point in cutting him if you're just gonna sweep it under the rug and bring him back to your team not much later? Like a couple years, man. Like, what the hell? All right, dude. I am happy I did not take a receiver with my last pick. Chris Godwin and Josh Downs are both still here. I do already have 2 week 10 buys, but I wouldn't care. Okay, Downs goes. Godwin, 95. Yes, please. And I think I'm going to push my second quarterback, and I'm going to take Blake Corum or Sam Laporta with this next pick. I think Sam Laporta could be a lot of fun. Or do I want the running back in Blake Corum? Goff and Dart both go. Okay, wow. Reach on both of them. That's interesting. Do I want a tight end or do I want the running back? I want Laporta. I want Laporta more than Blake Corum on this team. I could have considered Brock Purdy. He has nice back stacks as well. Laporta gives me the week 17 with Luther Burden. It did just make me hesitate a minute because this guy reached on Goff to stack with Gibbs and JMO, which I definitely don't blame him for, and reached on Dart as well. So I'm going to have to watch where quarterbacks are going to see if they all start getting pulled up. But having my first tight end there in Laporta, I like it, especially when I don't have any other Lions on my team. Still feels really strong. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah, Hurts is solid. I still think he's a good value. T Guard saying the pss, pss, pss to the kiddies. They're napping right now. They're chilling. And yeah, Ray Rice too. Yeah, Ray Rice. My goodness, dude. If that elevator didn't have a camera inside, Ray Rice might be considered a Raven legend by now. Probably, dude. Like that's the crazy thing. Everything's just caught on camera now. You just can't knock your wife out on camera. Exactly. I mean, think about all the stuff Tyreek Hill has done too. And Stephon Diggs. The only difference is it hasn't been on camera. Even like the Geno Smith shit. Although, okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing with the camera. What's his fucking name? James Pierce, the Falcons draft pick. Wasn't there a video of him just like going on a manic episode? And like crashing a car, running from the cops and shit like that. Then he got sentenced to jail. But didn't he like Didn't he get allowed out or something? Like, what happened with that? There was something happening with that. All right, quarterbacks are all gone. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to figure out the quarterback situation, but I think it was worth trying to push it. Jordan Mason, I'm definitely gonna take right here. And then, do I want another running back? I could take Shuck. I could always take Shuck. Let me take a look at something. Okay. The guy with JSN has only one quarterback. Shuck is the safe bet. I could look at another running back as well and like JCM. But looking at the difference between quarterbacks that go at the next turn, I don't know if anyone's really worth crossing my fingers to hope I get. And I don't have any stacks for any of those guys that go later. So let me take Shuck, who I know I can backstack. And now I can at least just stop at 2 quarterbacks. I don't want to get completely boxed out. And I don't think there's anyone else here worth taking. Ja'Cory Crossy-Merritt, Chris Rodriguez. Sure, but I mean, we just saw Tyron Tracy fall to like 147 in our last draft. If we get Tracy at the next turn, that would be incredible. And our team feels pretty solid now, pretty well rounded. Still need to catch up at running back, but having Bijan definitely makes me feel better there. So we have Jalen Hurts and Tyler Shuck at quarterback. Hurts is stacked up with Smith, and Shuck is currently unstacked. Running backs, we have Bijan Robinson, Jalen Warren, Jordan Mason. Receivers, George Pickens, Devonta Smith, Luther Burden, Devontae Adams, and Chris Godwin. I love my receiver room. Also, Tampa Bay Rams, week 17. We have Chicago, Detroit, week 17. And then Atlanta, New Orleans now with the Tyler Shuck edition. We don't have any 49ers for the Eagles that we have. But that's okay. We have some nice week 17 correlation there too. Yeah, time heals all wounds for sure. Ray Rice would have only gotten a 2-game suspension without the video. Probably, man, if that. I think they ruled it a mental health issue, so he wasn't fully held accountable. Oh, that's right, with James Pierce. That's what happened. Yeah. I knew there was something to where like he like got away with it. As terrible as that sounds. Okay, I'm kind of hoping to see these quarterbacks go because I took Shuck, but this guy has 1, and then this guy in front of us has 0. So Darnold does go, which makes me happy. And then Daniel Jones. So we get the missile. Let's go. This is a great team for the missile. Past ADP. Now, who do I want to take next? I might even just reach up for Juwan. It's a big reach. I do like certain tight ends more, but it would be a stack with Shuck. And really, he's still in the same range as these other guys. I just like Brenton Strange more is the problem. I also have more Juwan Johnson than I do Strange. But I think getting my second tight end here makes sense. I don't need any of these receivers. Woody Marks, Isaiah Pacheco, not going to do anything for this team. So Juwan Johnson or Brenton Strange. I feel like it just makes sense to get the stack, right? Yeah, I like Brenton Strange more. But I do want to get the stack. This is Best Ball Mania. So let me get Juwan Johnson, pair him up with Sam Laporta. It feels like a really good tight end room. And we can still get a third if we want. I'm going to be done at 2 quarterbacks with Jalen Hurts and Tyler Shuck. Brenton Strange off the board right after us. But the team's coming together really well. Bijan, Jalen Warren, Jordan Mason, Keaton Mitchell at running backs. All of them have different bye weeks as well. Our bye weeks at receiver, though, we have 3 week 10s, which is a little rich. But we don't have any week 10s at running back or tight end, at least. So there's that. There's that. I couldn't pass up on Godwin at 95. One of my highest drafted receivers as it is in Best Ball Mania. So I'm going to be really happy to take him there. And we're drafting shippers today, man. So, hey, if you have not done so already, do me a favor. Go down. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. We're streaming every single day. Having a great time doing it. And drafting some great teams as well. Okay, 2452. This is a Best Ball Mania. I do always like to remind myself what draft I am drafting, because it definitely changes how you draft and the strategy with it. I feel good about my quarterbacks. I'm glad I caught up getting Shuck. And it is a reach on Juwan. He does fall back sometimes to like 167. I've definitely taken him there, but don't feel like pushing it on this team. And I really like seeing these receivers and running backs fall right now. If I could get Debo on this team, I would absolutely love that. I would try and push Algier or Bigsby. I'm not really interested in Brian Robinson when I have Bijan. Okay, Tank goes. That sucks. I want Debo the most. Tyler Algier goes. Okay. Debo Samuel it is. Love that pick. Now, with my next one, do I want Trey Harris, Isaac Tesla, Stribling, or a tight end in AJ Barner? I think I can push a third tight end, though. I think I take the running back or receiver. If I take a receiver, I'm going to be done at 7. If I take Dylan Sampson, I could be done at 5 running backs. Stribling would be a fun San Francisco bring back. Tight ends just went. 2 of them. Let me take Trey Harris on this team. Yeah, I want Trey Harris more. I can be done at 7 receivers now. When I'm looking at other receivers later, one I would consider is Vele with Shuck. But I don't think Vele makes much sense or brings much value to this team. Trey Harris is someone who could just break out. We could have taken Tesla for another Lions player, but I like some Trey Harris. He fell to us. Getting him and Debo to fall is quite nice as well. And there's a lot of running backs at the next turn that have very similar ranges of outcomes to Brian Robinson and Dylan Sampson. So I'm going to try and push it a little bit. And then when I have Sam Laporta and Juwan Johnson, those 2 feel really solid, and I'm going to try and push my third a little bit too. So now I can probably look at 6 running backs and 3 tight ends on this team, which I like. I think I would rather take 2 bullets on a running back late than 2 bullets on receivers. Just because, like, running backs, if you hit the right one, it could be a league winner. Receivers, I don't know how much of a difference they're really going to make. Best case scenario, you know? All right, Alvin Kamara, Brian Robinson off the board. I like that not a lot of running backs are getting taken, though. And you see all the receivers that went after us. We took Trey Harris. And then all of a sudden, Malik Washington, Tesla, Stribling, Williams, Hurst, Bernard, Adonai Mitchell, all off the board right after. So makes me glad that I did take the receiver because there might have been some guys I would have hoped for that would come back to me that would not have. Dylan Sampson is off the board at 182. Would have been nice if he happened to fall all the way back. Ray Davis off as well. He's someone I quite like. Alvin Kamara would have been nice on this team when I have the Saints. But that's all right. I got a plan, and we're going to land this plane as we always do so well. I mean, sometimes we crash it. I'll be honest. Sometimes we crash the plane. But you got to go for it. We're not drafting safe around here, okay? We're going for it. All right, we're 5 picks away. I'm only looking at running backs and tight ends. I am going to take 2 more running backs and 1 more tight end. I mean, I could probably stop at 5 running backs if I want to, but I think it would feel better with 6. Sean Tucker would be nice if he fell. Could be interesting. This guy on the other side of me has 3 tight ends, so I feel more comfortable pushing a tight end than a running back. Yeah, I'll take Sean Tucker on this team. I could take Jaden Blue as well. It's one of these 2 guys for me. Sean Tucker or Jaden Blue. I have Chris Godwin. You know what? I actually want Jaden Blue more. I'm okay with Jaden Blue. Because I do have Pickens. Just get another piece of Dallas. And then let me get my favorite exciting tight end in Terrence Ferguson. Another reason I didn't take Sean Tucker is just because I have a lot of week 10 buys already. I have 3 week 10 buys at receiver. I don't have any at running back. I do have 1 at quarterback just to space out a bit. Sean Tucker is an RB3 as well. Jaden Blue just has outs to being the 1. I mean, it could be the 2. If an injury happens, it could be the 1. BBOC saying draft like you're right, 5 running backs. It is a good point. Like, if I'm taking a receiver, though, who am I really looking at? Vele would stack. But I don't know how enticing that is. The thing with running back is just take a bullet at a guy who could be a league winner. Like, these 5 feel good, but I definitely don't need a 4th tight end. Laporta, Juwan Johnson, Terrence Ferguson, I don't need a 4th. And look at my receivers. I mean, George Pickens, Devonta Smith, Luther Burden, Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, Deebo Samuel, and Trey Harris. Like, those 7 are really, really strong. And typically, guys late that I like to take at receiver are guys that stack and correlate. Devon Vele would really be the only one with Shuck. And I just don't think he adds that much value to this team when I already have Juwan Johnson. Like, what other receivers are really bringing that much upside to this team? I don't know. I do completely agree with you. Like, draft like you're right with the 5 running backs. And when I have Bijan, definitely feels better having Jalen Warren as my 2. I can push it a little bit more, but might just draft the league winner with round 18. Yeah, I did see Wicks go off the board. Like, that is a good point. And the guy I wanted just got taken. It would have been Kalen Black. Trade or trot. Hey, are you in here? Because I recognize your name, and you took my guy. But I did see Wicks go to the guy at the turn. So instead of taking Jaden Blue, I could have taken Wicks, and then I would have taken T-Ferg. But then I would have left my 5th running back to round 18, pick 215. And I don't know if I'd feel comfortable with any of these guys as my 5th. We could take a Jordan James on this team. Maybe Jordan James is the guy. Katron could be interesting as a dart throw. Braylon Allen, too. Receivers. I think Jordan James might be the guy on this. I think he's probably a 0. I think Jordan James is probably a 0. Kalen Black is my guy in San Francisco, but I can be wrong. And if something happens to CMC and Jordan James is just a guy, then I don't want to be out. Very well could be a 0. But I do feel like we had a bit of a luxury pick with our 6th running back. So he also gives us some week 17 correlation with Jalen Hurts. That's why I wanted a San Francisco piece. Because now we have Philly, San Francisco. Very loose San Francisco, clearly. But you never know. And then New Orleans Saints and Atlanta Falcons. So our quarterbacks are correlated week 17. I think it came together pretty well. We have a couple Chargers as well. Keaton Mitchell, Trey Harris. I like it. We have a 2-6-7-3. Jalen Hurts and Tyler Shuck. Running backs, Bijan Robinson, Jalen Warren, Jordan Mason, Keaton Mitchell, Jaden Blue, and Jordan James. Wide receivers, George Pickens, Devonta Smith, Luther Burden, Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, Deebo Samuel, and Trey Harris. 3 tight ends, Laporta, Juwan Johnson, Terrence Ferguson. I love my tight ends. I love my receivers. I think my running back room did come together really well, and we landed the plane. And then same thing with our quarterback. So I'm pretty happy with how this Best Ball Mania turned out. Pretty happy. Now, that's going to do it for me today. I love you guys. Come back tomorrow. Joy is beautiful. And we are going to end this stream. Hey, damn it. Hey, down. Hey, buddy. Yo. Oh, oh, dude, I just fell off my stool too. Yo, what a way to end this stream. Okay.